External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj has made a statement in both houses of parliament today on her recent visit to Islamabad, where India and Pakistan decided to break the freeze on talks with a comprehensive dialogue. The Union Minister said continued estrangement of India-Pakistan was a hurdle to realization of peace and prosperity in the region. She said both India and Pakistan condemned terrorism together. The opposition remains bent upon disrupting proceedings in Parliament despite half the winter session being over. Uproar and disruption returned to both houses of Parliament on the first day of the week. Rajya Sabha adjourned for the day after repeated disruptions after External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj's statement on her Islamabad visit. In the Lok Sabha, opposition members wanted to move adjournment motions on different issues which the Speaker didn't allow. Congress and BJP members clashed in the Lok Sabha over the exclusion of Kerala Chief Minister from a Prime Minister's event tomorrow. Home Minister Rajnath Singh dismissed the charge as baseless and said the decision to withdraw the invite to Chandy for the event was taken by SNDP, a social organization which is hosting it, due to its internal row, and the government had nothing to do with it. Railway Minister Suresh Prabhu countered the allegations of a child's death during Railway's demolition drive at Shakur Basti and informed Lok Sabha that the death had occurred much before the drive started. Prabhu, however, focused the issue of encroachment on public land and said he will invite Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal for a discussion to find out a humane solution to the problem. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today arrived in Kochi on a two-day visit to Kerala. During his visit to the southern state, the Prime Minister will address the Combined Commanders Conference at INS Vikramaditya off the Kochi coast tomorrow. In this conference, chiefs of Army, Navy and Air Force will brief the Prime Minister on national defence policy and operational challenges. The Supreme Court has slammed Uttar Pradesh government for not appointing Lokayukt despite its order. The apex court asked the state to appoint Lokayukt by Wednesday. The court warned UP government to be ready to face consequences on failing to adhere to order. The centre today asked the Delhi High Court to extend the observation home stay of juvenile convict in the 16 December 2012 gang rape case, who is scheduled to be released on Sunday. The government said several mandatory aspects were missing from the post-release rehabilitation plan, which needed to be considered before setting him free. After hearing the brief arguments and perusing the post-release plan which was submitted by the government, the court reserved its verdict. The NGT will hear a plea challenging its order banning registration of new diesel vehicles in Delhi tomorrow. On 11 December, the tribunal, in a significant interim measure to curb alarming pollution levels in the national capital, ordered that there will be no fresh registrations of diesel-run vehicles in Delhi and there will be no renewal of registration of such vehicles which are more than 10 years old. North India, including the national capital region, is in the grip of a cold wave. Delhi woke up to a chilly morning with the minimum temperature settling at 6 degrees Celsius, 3 notches below the season's average. Sunday saw the maximum temperature in Delhi dip by 7 degrees Celsius to 15.7 degrees. The minimum was recorded at 6.8 degrees. There has been fresh snowfall in upper reaches of Himachal Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir as well as Uttarakhand. Temperature has dipped in Dharamsala after the snowfall. There has been 11 centimeters of snow in Kalpa in Himachal's Kinnaur district. In Shimla and Manali, there has been rain accompanied by snowfall of 35.4 and 39 millimeters. In the Sheena Bora case, a Mumbai magistrate court has extended the judicial custody of former media baron Peter Mukherjee till December 28th. CBI claims that he played an active and important role in the murder of his stepdaughter Sheena Bora while charging him of murder and criminal conspiracy. Peter, who is the husband of prime accused Indrani Mukherjee, was arrested on 19 November for his alleged role in the murder case and was in CBI custody. 59-hour countdown for the launch of 6 Singapore satellites by Indian Space Research Organisation on board its Polar satellite launch vehicle from Sriharikota has begun today. The launch is set to take place at 6 p.m. on the 16th of December at the Satish Dhawan Space Centre in Sriharikota. PSLV is ISRO's trusted workhorse, which will be on its 32nd flight, launching the 6 satellites into 550-kilometer circular orbit. In Saudi Arabia, at least 20 women won municipal council seats in the country's first ever election open to female voters and candidates. Around 7,000 candidates, among them 979 women, competed in the election for a seat on the municipal council, which are the only government body elected by Saudi citizens. A 7-day ceasefire in Yemen is to start today, a day before UN-sponsored peace talks in Switzerland. Yemen's Foreign Minister Abdel Malik El Makhlafi, who will lead President Abdur Rabu Mansour Hadi's delegation to the UN talks, said that fighting would stop on the evening of December 14th. A spokesperson for the Iranian-backed Houthi rebels confirmed the agreement to cease hostilities. Olympic medalist Vijay Kumar shot his way to the men's 25-meter centre-fire pistol gold medal on day 12 of the 59 National Shooting Championship in New Delhi on Sunday. Vijay, who has not yet secured a quota for the upcoming Rio Olympics, is trying to get back to his best after being laid low by an injury over the past couple of years.